Shapfire Manyora, welcome back to Matumza Productions, back again with another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to play keys like a pro. Yeah, chill. So by the end of this video, you should be able to do that. I'm joking. Well, I do have to tell you that this thing obviously, gents, is practice. And for those of you who came to this video thinking that you're not gonna learn music theory, well, yeah, you do need to really have a little bit of knowledge in music theory, gents. But don't worry, I've got you. Today, I'm just gonna be covering some fundamentals, some basic fundamentals that you need to learn. And then from there, first things first, gents, we're gonna focus on C major, A minor. Né? So I'm saying C major, A minor. C major is all the white notes and the relative minor to that key. In a music theory, there's a thing called circle of fifths. So in the circle of fifths, it shows you all the it all shows you all the major keys that's in order, basically. And for every major key, there's a relative minor, basically meaning that for every major key, there's a minor key that shares the same notes in the scale. So for C major, that relative minor is A minor. So basically that means that when we start at C major, we start at the root note C, and then our scale goes like that. That's C major, right? So basically meaning that A minor, we're gonna start at here, but using the same notes in the scale. So it's, instead of starting at C, we're gonna start at A. So it's, so one thing I learned together is that the relative minor for any key is 2 notes below the root note of that major thing. So if you want to find basically like the relative minor for D, for example, right, we're gonna go 1, 2 down and then enjoy. So meaning that B minor is the relative minor for D major. So yeah, gents, that's just some basic music theory 101. Anyway, let's not blabber too much. So now we know a C major scale and its relative minor, which is A minor, right? So let's say, for example, now we have a song in the key of C major. Now this is where we're gonna learn about playing keys, because the scale that you're gonna use then is the A minor blues scale. The blues scale is the scale that all Amapiano producers use when it comes to freestyling keys. Obviously, pros who play the piano go into more depth, and then they use more MIDI, marking the enclosure, and all of those technical stuff. But we're not there. Now I'm teaching you the basic. If you wanna just enjoy, then I refer to blues scale. Blues scale is the most simple and easiest scale that you can use. So again, I told you C major, A minor, but we're gonna be using what? A minor blues scale. So like I said, gents, with the A minor scale, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the root note. The 8 and the 1 is the same notes. So in the blues scale, then, before I go to the blues scale, we're gonna play the pentatonic, and the pentatonic scale basically skips the 2 and the 6. So it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So I know that, which is what makes it bumari jazzy sophisticated nyana. So that's when we add that flat 5. That flat 5 is the one that makes it bluesy. So now let me add that flat 5 to the pentatonic scale so that we have our blues scale. So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's I hope I'm not losing you niggas. Focus. I'm joking. But yeah. Blues scale, gents. So if your scale is not sounding like this, then there's something wrong, because it's supposed to have that jazzy feel. And what makes this jazzy, what makes this whole scale sound bluesinyana, key flat 5 here, which is this one note that is going out the scale. 1 2 3. Already, gents, and that's basically the scale that bros use in piano to freestyle. You don't believe me? Okay, let me make an example. I made this in A minor, so let's play. So it works because why? Because I'm in the scale and I'm using the correct notes. This thing is just literally about using the correct notes, being in the right scale. And this is a beginner tutorial. There's so many scales. There's 12 notes on a piano. Meaning that you need to learn all 12 scales. But that's for bros that wanna be pianists. Now, me, I'm a producer. Me, I wanna get to studio. I don't care too much about the music theory, but it's still important. And so I do encourage you that go and learn this thing. But for those of you who just want to play keys, you can transpose. That's what I'm saying. Just use C major, A minor. Because when you use C major, you know that all these white notes are in key. You don't need to worry about anything sounding off. Like I said, we're gonna basically play the minor blues scale for it to make sense. I don't know why. It's just something I figured out and it works. So basically, maybe if nalipina ko nkaring ko yona D major, rotlo dlala B minor blues scale or for it to make sense. I don't know if I'm making sense. There is a major scale, working, blues, but it's not the one. Not for what we want to do. And as piano producers, we literally just wanna come, sharper scale in total, scale and say out. Another scale that bros like to use, especially in piano, kitty black notes. Kitty black notes. Because also black notes ki pentatonic as well. Ako pala pentatonic kela na ko chana ngayon. The 1, 2, not the 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, it's the same thing. But it starts from, where does it start from? Where does it start? It starts from this D sharp here, and it says 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can also practice that actually. Niggas, you go and practice. The rest is basically ear training, knowing that okay, what scale am I in, and then transposing so that you can play these scales and like this is just the most basic video ever for pros who just want to learn how to play keys. I'm not here trying to make you a whole pianist. No. Mr. GURULOGIC will teach you how to play the piano from bottom to the top. For my producers who just want to fair, Joe. So I hope you just enjoyed this video. So like I said, gents, there is more to it than that, but I'm just here to teach you basics in terms of what piano pros do when they're playing scales and these freestyles on top. Now I want you, hey, music there, Joe. No, it's a good thing. Now I won't discourage you from learning how to play. Like, go and learn how to play. Learn myself, I'm still learning how to play. But you know, studio work versus playing the piano is two different things. And a lot of the time people want to teach you how to play the piano and they don't necessarily make it in such a way that is practical for studio. Because in studio, it's a lot of editing, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of editing that you can do. You can mess up your solos, but individually move the notes and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just really goes kawena. You know, for me, I'm a producer, bro. I just really want the knowledge to be able to play and apply to what I'm creating versus someone else who actually wants to play and perform. It's two different things. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that, like, I want the knowledge that's going to apply for what I'm trying to do. And what I taught you today is what I apply when I'm making music. I'm not trying to be the best pianist. No, I'm just trying to make the best kind of music, and knowing those skills will help you. Obviously, there's more in-depth things that you need to learn, but this is beginner crash course, but it's just for those who don't know anything, you know. So yeah, anyway, gents, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do let me know if there's anything that's confusing you. I know it can be a little bit confusing, but I hope I simplified it in the best way possible. And yeah, man, our shopping scale, our shopping number, it's a part of the world. Thank you.